Alright everybody, welcome to another stream. So again, a bit of an extraordinary time slot for me. Usually doing only these late night streams, but today I am out early. So around here it's 10 minutes to 3 in the afternoon and I'm doing DayZ, as you might have guessed, and you also might have guessed that this is good old Chenarus. So I'm playing on one of the DayOne servers again. We had good fun yesterday on the DayOne DayZ server, but it was so deserted. Only at maximum 4 people on the server, which is pretty weird, because the server is usually pretty well visited. But somehow that server seemed not to be located in North America. So however, this server I think is located in North America. This DRL server, this Chenarus server here, and it's already something like 25 people on the server, and I assume that it's gonna be more crowded. So this is what I expect. So it's pretty early still in North America at the moment, and I would expect to have plenty of people from beautiful North America in the server later. And yeah, for me from Europe, I once was a bit surprised that it turned out that it was no problem to play on these North American servers. I get a ping of something like 150 at average, and yeah, fingers crossed, but in the past that never turned out to be much of a problem. And I pretty much love the DayOne service because my impression is that on the DayOne service there is more people who just don't shoot and then ask questions, but there's a bit more. Of course you still have it, and you need the atmosphere of DayZ actually needs these instant kill, shoot you in the back guys. DayZ wouldn't be DayZ if there weren't 80% of the people like that. But on the DayOne servers, I had the experience that people rather tend to do some communication. And I had some nice team-ups even on these DayOne servers. Particularly on the Chenarus DayOne server. So now I'm just curious how it evolves, and I'm pretty sure that the server will become pretty crowded in 1 or 2 hours, and that's actually my plan, to do a bit of a few hours stream. Nothing in the... oh nice, a fishing hook is welcome. The stone, I can craft a knife out of the stone. Let's do that. Improvised knife. So for those guys who are missing U-boat, I'm definitely gonna stream U-boat tonight again. Yeah, I'm curious how many people are coming in on the server on the one hand and into the stream on the other hand. It's Easter Sunday, so probably a lot of people will spend the time with their families and not so much on the computer. Okay, powdered milk, very good. Ah, wow, I haven't been playing on Chenarus for a while. I'm playing, well, generally not playing so frequently. So knee-high sneakers, medium insulation. Come on. But if you look at my body temperature, it seems like this server is relatively warm. So there is no... Yeah, I'm not freezing at the moment. Temperature is just given white. Zombie. Let's see how the zombies feel on this server. As I said, roughly 25 people on the server, so here at the coast there is a decent risk, or let me call it a decent chance, to run into other players. I'm not hitting him on the head because I'm interested in that construction helmet. Ooh. Oh, it really makes a difference if you don't hit them in the head. It takes ages. Okay, pristine helmet. What is this? What do we have there on the road? It's a... it's a something where I just recognized that I don't know how to call that in English. Would you call this a boom? This which separates the road from the rail track. Oh no! Come on. Okay, got a cut. One, two. Yeah, two zombies at the time is already tough. One, another one, come on. I have to bandage, but for bandaging I would like to get into the building. I do have a bandage, that's good, as starting equipment. So I do have lost a bit of blood. Okay, a hatchet. Now it's gonna be tricky to stow that hatchet away. Damaged helmet to worst insulation. What about the worst insulation? So I don't know, I think this one gives me some better protection maybe. At least it looks cooler and has better camouflage. So let's check that other dead zombie. A pen. Well. Ah, come on. Quite a lot of zombies actually at the place. Yeah, I haven't been playing on Chenarus for a long time. Beautiful to be back here. Feels a bit like coming home. What do we have here? A tracksuit jacket, giving me better warmth and a bit more carrying capacity. And yeah, come on. Let's craft some rags. Even if they're damaged. What else do we have? Low insulation, medium insulation. So let's cut this one to rags just as well. Yeah, I think... What time did we have? Let's check it briefly. It's already 11:30 on the server. Time acceleration is 3. Well, in the past, the Chenarus DayOne server had highly accelerated night times. So I hope that they still have that, because I don't pretty much like to play at night. I rather like to have these servers where the night time acceleration is pretty high. Don't need that. Let's check, but usually you never find anything useful in these. Nothing even. You sometimes find useful stuff here, like in this case. A tomato, alright. Nothing. Okay. We are gonna carry on. Hey, holiday punch! You're gonna get headshotted? You think so? Why? Do you think I'm moving too slow and not enough agile? By the way, nice to have you in the stream. How are you doing? It's when I started, it was 25 people on the server. And to my experience, it should quickly go up within the next 1 or 2 hours when people in the US are gonna get online. And you're right, of course, it's always a good chance to get headshot in the game. I don't quite like the industrial areas. To my experience, you never find much useful loot there. So let's get over there and check out these buildings. Okay, right. So this is a US server, or I don't know, North American. Let me put it like that. Okay, there was a bit of a lag. Let's hope. Alright. Anything on the ground? Obviously not. But I do hear a zombie. Oh, wow. Come on. Yeah, with the red tracksuit jacket, I actually constitute a perfect target. Gunshot. Whoa, that was not too far away. A shirt. Pistol. Something to eat. That gunshot was really not too far away. A zombie over there. Some shotgun shells. One shotgun shell to be precise. Suit pants. Low insulation. Yeah, I'm definitely better off with my pair of jeans. More rags. So now I should have sufficient rags to craft a rope, which might turn out to be helpful later for fishing. By the way, I already found this fishing hook. So I actually do have everything now to craft an improvised fishing rod and do some fishing. So, nobody to be seen. Let's try not to arouse the attention of that zombie over there. All the doors closed. That could be an indication that since the last server restart, nobody was here. Yeah, maybe now that I could do fishing, maybe it would be smart to go right for the hinterland. Ah, shit, didn't want to do that. So let's put on an armband, so maybe people would then think that they have to be careful with me because I am with friends. That's good for now. Oh yeah. Low insulation, worst insulation. Wow. All right. Got a gun now. And 5 rounds of ammo. Damaged. Medium insulation. Yeah, okay, they're damaged, so. Okay. Nothing in the ground floor. Yeah, the motorbiker helmets, they are good with high insulation and good protection from melee, but I don't like them because you can't talk to other people. They muffle your voice. One round. I'm not going for the fire station. Don't think this worthwhile? Okay, there is my next backpack. Don't want to get too close to that other zombie. Fresh zucchini. Worst installation, yes. Anything else? Nope. Okay, some glasses. Oh, matches? No, 9mm rounds. All right. Not the right ammo for my gun at the moment, but yeah, 9mm pistols are pretty common. Okay. Oh, come on. Pretty much like that backpack. Let's pick it up. Alright, so we are gonna change that soon into a real improvised backpack. Drop this one here. Oh, it's starting to rain. Any bush? Some more food, some pate. Alright. So we are white in terms of food. Pristine, warm. Yeah, nice. Get some more rags. And we could check for apples. So 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pristine, pristine. Yeah, better have some more rags than not enough. Oh, a mushroom. When there is one mushroom, there is sometimes more mushrooms. Okay, get that long stick, and let's do the trick with the courier bag to upgrade it to an improvised backpack. Okay, now I need to get rid of all that stuff first. And when it's empty, combine it with the set of sticks and we get the fur backpack. This has quite some decent number of slots, has good camouflage color, and is very flat. So best thing to hide with. All right. The rain has stopped. Are we ready to go for the wilderness like that? Zombie. Yeah, come on. Don't like that to move so much in the open. Being visible for just anybody moving around. Let me do this little cheating. Yeah, as I guessed, the server is filling, so it's 30 people now, and I think it's gonna be full within 1 or 2 hours. That's my guess. I need something to drink, actually. Not urgently, but sooner or later. There was a zombie looming around. No, it is gone, but it was here. If it suddenly vanishes, that's a bit unusual. Hey, that's really unusual. Epoxy, alright. To repair armor. Ah, okay, there is the zombie. That made me a bit suspicious. That the zombie just vanished. Okay, that was now the second time that opening stuff felt a bit laggy. So maybe, oh nice. Yeah, these apartment buildings, I never loot them. It takes ages to scan through, and it's very rare and usually useless loot there, to my experience. Ooh, nice. We need that drink. Another car. Yeah, the rain really limits their vision or sensors. I think they have a bad eyesight. Oh. So now I had very slight indications of lag for the third time, so let's just keep fingers crossed that the server is not developing some problems. Or it's me, but yeah, in the past I never had any trouble with these North American servers. Time of the day, where is the sun? The sky is completely overcast, so it's pretty hard at the moment to figure out. Okay. So what was it? Around lunchtime on the server? Already 1 o'clock. All right. So this would be north. No, all right, let's go north for now. And the server is filling continuously. I don't want to go due north. Maybe I'm going to turn a bit left sooner or later, but for now the cover of these trees here is very welcome. So this should be roughly northwest. I do have the bottle. Yeah, I actually spilled the content of the bottle because you should never drink anything that you just find. Usually you get sick from that. So what you need to do is, if you find a bottle, pour out the content on the floor and get some fresh water from a well. And that's really kind of a bottleneck in DayZ, fresh water. When you're lucky and find some chlorine tablets, with that you can disinfect just any water from any pond or river. But yeah, just the same, when you drink the water right away from a pond or a river, you also get sick and usually die. What's that? What is this colorful thing? Is it a tent? This makes me curious. Yeah, but come on, I think I don't want to do that passage down there in the open. Where is our shadow? There is our shadow, so this is north, yeah, roughly. Time progression factor on that server here is 3, and you really, yeah, recognize the difference between yesterday where we had 2. So I really prefer the low time progression factors on the servers, but yeah. 3 is also okay, but with 4, 5 or 6 I don't quite like to play with servers with that factor. And yeah, lately there were a few servers which I quite liked in the past, which actually tuned up the time acceleration factor to 5 or 6 or something. Oh, there is a hunting stand. Let's get there. Oh no. I hate this. Crossing open meadows like that, but yeah. What do we get there? A military sweater, high insulation. Wow. Is this better than? Probably this one. Doesn't have much. Inventory slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's just the same. Nah, 1, 2, 3. This one has a few more inventory slots. So let's switch. Some more rags to be crafted. And on we go. We only have one bandage left. I love it to be back on Chenarus. I haven't been playing too much of DayZ generally lately. And when I did play, I usually played on DayOne. So, pretty nice to be back here on Chenarus. Now we are getting cold, because our clothing is getting wet. Here in this weather, usually it's relatively easy to orient yourself by the sun. But right now, don't even see my yeah, I still see my shadow. So this is north, and this should be northeast. Sorry, northwest. One of these feeding shacks. Yeah, backpack, but yeah, I don't like this one because it's so obviously visible. And let's see it. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the improvised backpack has even more inventory slots. Yeah, when you're cold, you burn more food, more nutrition. At the moment, we are still white in terms of food. Okay, yeah. That rings a bell. Let's first go for that gas station there and check it. Wow, did you see that one? The lightning going down there. Top left. Okay, so our camo is not the worst at the moment. Come on, let's drop that one. So there is a building a little bit further up the valley, I'm sure. Yep. Wow. Best insulation. Okay, it has the same number of inventory slots, and I like this one better. Do I need more racks? I don't think so. So let's forget about the layered shirt. Sometimes there are zombies looming around, and there is one over there, but it's far away, so let's see that we avoid him. I wouldn't be surprised if there would be another zombie around. Really nothing that surprising, so maybe the place was looted. Ah, that's nice. This is definitely a better cap, a beanie hat. Gives me better warmth. And there is a meat tenderizer. I almost wouldn't have spotted it. You can use it as a melee weapon, but come on. What I actually do need sooner or later is gloves. Let's craft a few. A pair, I mean. Improvised gloves, hand wrappings. Hey? Ah, there they are. They almost glitched away. Looks like that was the house of a beekeeper. Thunderstruck and lightning, very, very frightening. Does it ring a bell? Another hunting stand. Okay. Canteen. With some water in, but same for that water, don't drink it. Don't drink it. Yeah. Let's empty it. Yeah, I have no food left and nothing to drink. I'm still white in terms of food, yellow in terms of drink, so first priority would be getting something to drink. Maybe I'm going roughly west. Whoa. These thunderstrucks really scare the shit out of me. Okay, there is a building. in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere, I don't remember it. Doesn't ring a bell. Wow. Waterproof bag. Well, a heat pack, that might be of use, and a can opener. Nice. But yeah, the dry bag, no. Not with this color. There is no path leading here. Sport point sights. Hunting scope. Well, if I might find a hunting rifle, I do have a hunting rifle. But I think I can't mount the scope on that one. Nope. But I still could use it. For magnification. Hey, there is no crosshair or something in it? Okay. Bit weird. Okay, it needs a battery, yes. For the crosshair. So, doesn't help me much at the moment. And it's raining and raining. Wonder if it would make sense to set up a fire here. I mean, it's in the middle of nowhere. But on the other hand, we are still white. We are not freezing, so why taking the effort of starting a fire? Really in the middle of nowhere, not even a path leading there to that hut. So should be relatively safe. Should be relatively safe to start a fire in such a hut. But yeah, you never know. It's DayZ. And sometimes it's like you know that there is just one other guy on the server and actually you get shot by that guy. I really love the atmosphere of the game. The autumn colors and how the rain sounds. It really gives you that dull feeling of rain and rain and rain. Very immersive. Yeah, the graphics might not be the most high-end graphics, but I think art-wise they do great with the choice of colors and shadows, how things move. So there is other open world games which are technically much smoother maybe and better, but in terms of atmosphere they just don't match DayZ. If you ask me, this is the most atmospheric open world that you get in recent gaming. Yeah. Okay. Road finally. Okay. Yeah, let's carry on along the edge of this wood, on the inner side of the edge to stay hidden. And now and then peek out. It's raining and it's getting later in the afternoon, and sooner or later night is gonna fall, and now we are blue in terms of temperature. We are freezing. That's not good. Now we are in the condition to get a cold. And yesterday I was playing with 2 lives, and in the first live we were killed after an hour by an influenza, or actually probably it grew out to a pneumonia. Might happen to us here now, just as well. Yeah, I've lost orientation, to be honest. At least I do cast a shadow. Probably this is north. So my guess is that I am walking roughly westward. Just check the server. Let's hope that it stays stable. From my gut feeling, the ping was jumping a bit too much to feel 100% comfortable. Usually this server was pretty reliable, but it's quite some time ago that I regularly was on the server. Yeah, that looks so great. Clouds and this curtain of rain, and yeah, let's keep an eye open if there is any hunting stand at the edge of this. Oh, I'm freezing, yeah, I know. yeah, when it gets evening, when the sun is drawing down towards the west, I think it's gonna get colder. Usually you have that on the servers, that at night it's really cold, then in the morning also, and then when the sun rises, temperatures rise as well and drop again in the evening with sunset. In the past, you now and then found decent hunting clothes up there. What's that? Okay, nice. Hunter pants. Even with some ammo in it. 380, well. So the hunter pants have a bit more carrying capacity. And don't get that wet, so they are a little bit, protecting against moisture. So they still get damp and wet, but not soaked or drenched, I think. So here I am. Okay, that's a mark for anybody coming behind me, checking this hunting stand to see that somebody was there. So this will make somebody nervous to find it up there. At least I get nervous when I find clear signs of other players have been around. Of course, you could never much estimate or judge how long ago it has been that somebody has been around, but still very uncomforting to know that you are walking in the footsteps of other survivors. Okay. So the sun comes out. Maybe now it's worthwhile to do a little bit of ringing my stuff. The pea coat being drenched. And maybe we are going to get warm again, away from the blue temperature status. Yeah, it would be good to stop the procedure of getting cold. I still have that heat pack. Let's see if we need the heat pack to get warm again, or if ringing this stuff is sufficient. Okay, there we are, back to white. We still have wet shoes, but we can't do anything about that. Can we ring these? Yes. And so now that we are fairly warm again in terms of body temperature, the other Task comes back into focus, getting something to drink. Yeah, now we are running towards the sun, and the sun is already in the east, maybe east, southeast, something like that. But we will soon have sunset, and yeah, it would be comfortable if we would find some drink before it gets dark. And oh, there it's raining again. There is a hiking path and a road further down. Oh yeah, what's that? A few buildings. Yeah, let's stay in the woods until we get close. Always try to avoid running in the open on meadows, fields. Okay. Not much. Okay, yes. Interesting. Very interesting. So this is west. Yeah, okay, so I have to admit that I lost a bit of my orientation. If I go further, I think I should run into another one of these huts, and then there, and then to the left I think there is a camp. One of these summer camps. Oh, nice, a hunting knife. Let's keep that. It's damaged, but that's all right. Thought I heard something. Of course, there is always the constant threat of wolves being abroad. And I remember that exactly here I once had been hunted by wolves. Nothing. No loot. That might indicate that somebody was around. Let's follow that valley down. I somehow do have the gut feeling that it leads me to something. I think I would not go for the castle, the server being more and more crowded. I don't want to go sightseeing. I already have a nice hunting rifle. And this, yeah. Okay, you do find some nice loot up there now and then. Ammo or even a rifle, yeah. Yeah, let's consider going for the castle. But at the bottom of the castle hill there should also be some buildings, maybe even a village. Yeah, the landscape is so beautifully crafted. Yeah, let's get up there and check these buildings. There is something as well. Was it a cow mooing, or was it a stag or deer? Okay, now I am red in terms of drink. Could have the potato. Yeah, you need to peel it. Let's do it with the steak knife. It would give me a tiny bit of hydration back. Probably not even much to mention. Probably not enough to bring us back to yellow. Yeah, it's all compensated already by my continuous usage of hydration while moving. I am so sure that I saw some building somewhere around. What is that? Come on now, I can't afford to do all these longer ways staying in the shadows of the trees. Let's go straight for that building and check it. Of course, the Mega Pro DayZ player would always do know something like that to prevent being sniped. Yeah, at least there is this building and there is a parking lot behind the building where you usually find some vehicles or some chance to find something to drink. Yeah, come on, guy. You don't look good. 2, 3, 4. I wouldn't be surprised to find one more zombie looming around there. Open might be an indication that somebody has been here recently looting a cab. Yeah, well, that doesn't prove the contrary. Might be that somebody just would leave the cab behind. I mean, if somebody has been progressing in the game so far to the hinterland like here, who would then still need a baseball cap? At least there is a kiosk, and I think the kiosk is relatively new, being added here. Okay, but we are not lucky. Another cap, great. Baseball cap. The problem is that up there in the castle there usually doesn't spawn anything to eat. Let's get over there. Allow me to be AFK just for 1 minute. Alright, back again. It's raining and okay, at least I'm not yet blinking. In terms of drink, in the early game, I think it was when it was still a mod, the DayZ mod of Armor, I think, no not I think, I know that back then there was a time when you could actually catch rain to have a drink. That's a long time ago that this did work. Yeah, we have already lost considerable health by now. Just by being extremely thirsty. And we are cold as well. I think that sound is a fox. Okay, nothing. So has somebody been here looting? Maybe. Hunting stand wouldn't help us much. Because I'm pretty sure on the hunting stands you don't find any food or drink. You usually never do. Oh, come on, we don't need the glasses. But I think there is a village down the slope. I think there is a village, yeah. doors of the church are open. But nothing worthwhile to loot around. So the game is so immersive that I have to start sneezing in real life as well. A chicken. It's a long time ago that I had a chicken, so I'm just considering whether there are chicken on DayOne at all. The bones, yeah, and the feathers. Let's take the stuff for now. And hope that we find something to drink in the village down here. Yeah, there was not that rush onto the server as I expected. That's probably because it's Easter. But still, it's half full by now. Nothing. Yeah, and you really find nothing in these places. That always gives me the suspicion that somebody has been around. Because usually you find something there, even if it is completely useless, but you do find something. Looks a bit like the rain is decreasing, so maybe it would be a good idea to do a bit of wringing my clothes now. And see if this will bring us back to... Yeah, okay, already down... already now that we are here in this wind-protected place, it brings us back to white in terms of temperature. Very good. See? The hunter pants only get wet, not drenched or soaked. I think the rain stopped outside. And finally, the gloves. Just aim. Okay, I'm starting to grow a beard. This is also some nice thing. I usually don't recognize it because my character usually is wearing a face mask. So interesting to actually see him growing the beard. Okay, zombie coming in. I heard, oh no, it's raining again. Let's get in for now. Nothing. Nothing at all. Okay. Damaged ranks. If you ask me, this place looks looted. Just a pity that there haven't been spawning any fruits. I don't know, somewhere I have the gut feeling that somebody's inside. Biker helmet, yeah, well. Nothing. There's just nothing, and now I'm getting red, yellow also in terms of food. There's just stuff that nobody needs. Cargo pants. Yeah, because it's wet. But if we ring it, it does have better insulation, I think. Let's see. So they actually changed it in the past. Hunting gear always had best insulation, but it's damn. Why does it have only low insulation? What about you? High insulation? Come on. Let's switch it. Okay, interesting that the hunter pants now have low insulation. In the past they always were best insulation. And here we have a Zoin kit. That might help us, might serve us well sooner or later. Now let's check for fruits. If we're lucky, the zombie won't recognize us. But there he comes. I wonder what the condition of my improvised gloves actually is. Okay, they are damaged. Could be worse. There's really nothing useful around. Well, okay, the Zoid kit. That's pretty useful, but not quite what I need at the moment, and this is also nothing I need. A double barrel. Okay. Type of rounds. Okay. Yep. Buckshots. That's the ones with the spread. Another zombie down there. And wow, now we are blinking. Now we are finally blinking. In terms of thirst. Yeah, come on. 1, 2, 3. Oh shit. So eat another one. Would have been so great if I found some can of Coke with that guy. I need drink so urgently. I am about to die. I am about to die of dehydration. Blinking red. Not even an apple or something on the floor. Okay, in these chapels you sometimes find the weirdest things. Okay, zombie up there. Oh, wow. So this will also give us a bit of hydration. Okay, I'm regaining health by now. That's good. But I'm still red in terms of drink. Of course I could light a fire and barbecue some of the chicken that I have. But that would take... oh, come on. Hiking jacket, yeah, nice, but well, loot is pretty rare around here. Nothing. Oh, come on. One, two, three. Come on, give me just an apple lying on the floor. There is so few loot, which kind of implies that there must have been players around before. No apples spawning a Mosin. With one round. So, come on. Let's get the round out of the Mosin. Come on, let's keep the Mosin, it's in good condition. Give me an apple lying on the floor, come on. I'm blinking again, blinking red in terms of drink, hydration. Spandex leggings. Come on, let this not be. So where was this gas attack going for? It felt pretty close, but I don't see anything. Well, we are gonna die of dehydration anyway. That's also very helpful to have. If you live long enough to make use of it. Shoes, great. I am in dire need of drink. So there is one old pub. CR mag from the pistol, yeah, well, okay. Oh, wow. Wow. In the last minute. So the canned pork gives us a bit of hydration back. So it turns us from blinking red hydration to red hydration. All right. have matches? Nope, I haven't. So what I need is one piece of bark. I'm gonna get it with the knife. Oh. To get 2 pieces. And there we have the howling of wolves outside. Combine, craft, hand kit. There is wolves abroad. And now let's put in the chicken steaks and start the fire. My gloves are ruined. So let's see that we get the stuff dry. Only my pants are dry, and no. Okay, they're starting to sizzle. Now let's craft some more improvised hand wrappings. Oh shit. So no howling of the wolves anymore. But that doesn't mean anything. So we are dry and we are warm and we are still thirsty. I don't know, there must be a well somewhere here. And what I need the least right now is a wolf encounter, actually. Yeah, these chicken steaks give me a bit of hydration, but not too much. Okay. Was it footsteps? Maybe just my own. I think with this I could be on the way, but I still so urgently need something to drink. Let's get away from here. The smoking chimney might attract unwanted visitors. Yeah, it's so well visible. Ooh. Did I see something? Somebody running up? No. That was probably just DayZ paranoia. Oh, glass bottle. Yeah, now I have a lot of containers. Let's empty it just to make sure that I don't drink it accidentally. I do have a lot of containers. No drink. Okay. Smoke still coming out of the chimney. I don't know, there must be a well somewhere. Or give me a can of Coke or something. Milk powder, okay. In the early days of the DayZ mod, it was even like when you had something like milk powder, it drained hydration off you. Okay, biker helmet. Gloves, at least. At last. Wool gloves, but decent. So we have a better overview from here. Do I see any hint on a well? And on the backyard. I don't know, my gut feeling tells me that there might be a well over there, but I have no idea. Best would be if I would just find something to drink. A decent can of beverages. But loot is really rare and shitty. There must be a can of Fronta or something. Oh, what do we have here? A Zagorski bar and a map. Nice, but it's a hip pack. Alright. The hip pack comes nicely, but the question is whether I live long enough to take advantage of it. Do I want to check that building? Nope. Doesn't make much sense. I thought I heard zombie noises. Okay, a can of sardines. Tuna. This gives me a bit of hydration, but only just to keep me alive a little bit longer. A kukri. Yeah, okay. Also nice to have. But what I really need is drink. Soup pans, yeah, nice. I checked that one already. Okay, an open door. So I had been here, hadn't I? Yeah. Yeah, guy, come on. Give your worst. Come on. With the woolen gloves, they might not be pretty sturdy. The game could also be so nice and let me loot a can of Coke. A lighter, well, don't think that I live long enough to take advantage of it. Here, I think in this town, neighborhood, probably I wouldn't find any. Well, you more have it in the rural countryside neighborhood, I would guess. Let's wager on that and check up here if we are more lucky around here to find something to drink. Oh no. Guess the zombie is inside here. Wow. Great, now I'm even bleeding. And I have to use my last bandage. Of course, I do have rags, but they are all undisinfected. This looks like a alcoholic tincture, but it is not. It's just a glass bottle. Nothing. Yeah, I really think that sometimes the zombies do spawn. Okay, guy. Oh no! It's two of them now. That's not very good. Wow, come on. No, 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 no. not good, not good. I am dead. Okay, amazing. Amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. Let's see how we're gonna continue this. Just 1 minute and I'm back. Alright, now let's see. On the server, it's getting nighttime. And I don't know if I do really want to do it at night or start at night. Let's check what other servers we do have at the moment. Oh yeah, 0 DayZ, but it's full, so, and it's, yeah, acceleration factor of 6. I don't like that. I'm not convinced by the service. Yeah, I would not like to start on a new game on a server where we just have dusk, where the night is just about to fall. So guys, any suggestion in the chat? I'm very undecisive on what server I should continue. I want to have a server which is, well, still morning, not later than 12 o'clock. And I don't want to have more time acceleration than a factor of 3. And meanwhile, there are quite a few with a factor of 6 or 4. I don't like that, to be honest. Yeah, there is the intense hardcore servers, and they are pretty well visited meanwhile. In the past, for long months, maybe a year or two, these intense servers, they were not very highly populated. But yeah, actually, they have a new set of mods. The last time I wanted to go for one of the intense servers, he wanted to upload stuff, and I think I got some virus warning or something. So I wouldn't go for the intense servers. Yeah. Sakal. Yeah, let's see about which maps. Altaria. I have been playing on the Altaria map. I'm not quite sure. Could it be that Altaria is also John McLean? I think I kind of like the Altaria map. Let's see what else. Maybe try something new. Chiemsee. Yeah, there is so many maps that fall. Malden, yeah, that island of Malden. But it's with traders. Ah, no. Enoch. Ah, yeah, that's Livonia. Livonia, yeah. Ah, come on. Don't quite like. I never was fond with the Livonia map, actually. Esseka. Esseka map was kind of cool. It's a modded one. Yeah, Livonia is an official map, and Esseka is modded. But those server sets that I use, they don't have Esseka. So it pretty much looks like that not many people are playing on Esseka anymore. So yeah, it's a pity. Esseka is not popular in the community anymore, obviously. Green County. That was a nice map, I think. I think I tried it once or twice. Medieval DayZ. Melkart. I heard the name Melkart pretty often, but I think I never tried the map. MSC Metro. Namalsk, yeah. Pretty popular, but I don't like the Namalsk maps. Not only because I can't pronounce it. What about Turkestan? So many maps which were abandoned by the streamers that I know, not being played anymore. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna stop the stream here. I can't make up my mind what to do right now. And maybe I'm gonna do something different. So give me maybe half an hour or an hour break, and then I'll be back with another stream and with a made up mind what to play. So thanks a lot, guys, for being in. So this time it was not very chatty, but thanks anyway. It was great to have you in, and see you later. Bye bye.